Yant a Terri Jay in the Shant, Twitty is the quickly Kintlachini a Bashichin with Aye, the Nelton Inchla, a son not Inchla. Someone who identifies as Two-Spirit or Nakle is someone who is immense in the community as far as bringing both the female and the male community together. Someone who is a nurturer and a loving, bringing the community together. That also goes for the family system too, that person, that Nakle or the Two-Spirit, is the one that keeps the family system together. I've gone through my family role as picking up a lot of the feminine roles as far as like being in the kitchen, doing, cleaning up the house and taking care of the kids. My question is, do I fit into that Two-Spirit? For LGBTQ, since I've crossed that identity as not only just a female, but proudly as a Navajo trans woman who have gone through physical and medical transition, coming to Los Angeles after graduation. And this was in 1987, so I've been living as a female since 1987. My father had really pretty much reinforced that, respect the individual, because even though this person is different, they live their life different, and that's how I kind of knew that there was someone different out there aside from myself, and that's how my father was able to educate me on that. And so I've always heard from my dad about how they lived out here, how they got married out here, and they built a life out here. So I've always kind of been fascinated with LA and the big city, and I chose LA because I wanted to continue on to live off of the continued dreams that my dad and my parents had longed for. So I've had my little exposure to city urban life. And so when it came down to graduating from high school, my father continued on to encourage me to pursue my education and encourage me to move off the reservation, just because I do believe that my father had, in his own indirect way of protecting me as a person, because I'm a very different person. I'm not as exposing to my community because I know the setbacks that I receive or that I've experienced in my past, because as you can see, I don't fit the spectrum of Navajo or even Zuni. I have bleached blonde hair. I've become urbanized, and I live my life out here in LA, and today I'm very proud to say that I'm a Navajo trans woman, and not only just representing the native Two-Spirit Nakle, but indigenous Two-Spirit community. I was living this stealth, as they say, all the way up until probably 2010. And that's when I become immensely involved with LGBT community, especially with LGBT indigenous native community. Having to come to TransLatin Coalition is entirely eye-opening because, again, it's a very diverse community. And I knew that working here with TransLatin Coalition, everybody, their background is Hispanic, Spanish-speaking, but also I look at that TransLatin Coalition also works closely with those who identify as Native or Indigenous. So I love working here at TransLatin Coalition because it's a very diverse, and I fit it.